My winter break this year was a total life changer, guys. For some background information, I'm female, age 17. My parents were on their big yearly ski trip in Denver, Colorado during my winter break. We live in Bend, Oregon, so I still don't know why Bend wasn't good enough to ski, but they're different people, whatever. We have a large house about 4,000 square feet on about 10 acres of land in Bend. Our nearest neighbor is about 1 mile away. So as I'm writing this story, I'm seriously wondering why the hell I didn't just go with my parents to ski instead of going through this crazy hell on earth type of experience. My parents left the day after Christmas on a red-eye flight, so our house was eerily silent when I woke up at 11 a.m. that morning. We have 2 dogs that are both German Shepherds, and they are uber protective. I took a nice warm shower for half an hour, then popped 3 Eggo waffles into the toaster. Breakfast of champions, right? As I sat down and turned the TV on, something caught my eye from my peripheral vision. Did I mention I have 20/10 vision? This will come into play later. Our property is mostly flat grassland and open fields, but less than 100 yards away from our sliding glass door is about 3 solid acres of dense forest. Our living room is set up where the TV is on the wall closest to the back forest. So naturally, watching my Saturday morning cartoons, yes, cartoons, no one's too old for cartoons, I saw a snow-laden tree branch wiggle under what I thought was the weight of the snow. But when I took a double take, it looked like someone or something had brushed up against it, while trying to hide from view. I'm not a very paranoid person by any means, but I was definitely starting to feel my adrenaline pump through my veins at this point. I got up from the couch to investigate. We keep a nice set of binoculars on the fireplace mantel, so I did a scan of the property line. To my left line of sight, nothing. I scanned the middle of the forest slow and precisely. Nothing. I moved my way to the right half of the forest perimeter, and nothing. Wait, no. No. This isn't happening. Not while I'm alone. There stood a giant man in all white clothing, head to toe. He looked like he had a sniper suit on to blend into the snow. When I looked again, he was staring right back at me. He had his own set of binoculars. Our binoculars literally met. Oh, come on, what is this shit? I've never been so shaken and frightened in my young life. I ran across to the kitchen to hide. I let 2 minutes pass and then I looked again. No sign of this ominous being. I think the man must have been at least 6'7" at the very least. During this whole event, my 2 dogs were really getting agitated because they were sensing the stress pouring out of me. It was some comfort knowing I had 2 guard dogs by my side. Since my family was out of state, I called my friend Kelsey, kinda just to tell her about the crazy shit that was unfolding at my place. She told me to start from the beginning of what happened, and I could barely form words with how scared I was. I finally stuttered out the gist of this nightmare, and she said she would bring her boyfriend and drive right over. She lived almost 20 miles away though, and with all this heavy snowfall, it could take them an hour to arrive. I was about to hang up when I saw movement in the field area. Kelsey was still talking. Hello? Hello? Sarah, are you there? I didn't respond. All of a sudden, the phone line went dead. I ran upstairs to my dad's room and grabbed a small .22 caliber rifle out of the gun cabinet to arm myself. I had been hunting and trapping with my dad for years, so I knew how to handle a rifle. My dogs were growling at this point and pacing around the upstairs hallway. Being upstairs gave me a much better vantage and viewpoint to protect myself. I gazed out the window in my upstairs room to see large, deep tracks that must have been at least 16 in the snow leading up to our back deck. My heart is beating at a pace that is worthy of a heart attack at this juncture. The tracks in the snow and right at our garage door entrance. I couldn't see any sign of this mystery man. I had no clue what he wanted or why he was doing this to me. What I had done to warrant this kind of terror was beyond my understanding. This man was dressed like a ski mask professional assassin of some kind in a fucking ghillie suit. To come to my house in the middle of a blizzard? What the hell is going on, I thought. I'm shaking, hiding in the corner behind the huge curtains in my room, when the power is cut. It is mid-morning and I have no idea why he cut the power, but who knows what his plan is. The front door starts to tremble like a train is trying to come through it. My dogs are barking like the world is coming to an end now. Everything is happening in slow motion. A minute feels like a year to my brain. I hear the front door that is 2.5 inches of solid oak split and crumble under his strength and pressure. I tell myself I'm going to die tonight. I want to open my door to let my 2 dogs destroy the man, but I don't want him to hurt my 2 girls. Suddenly I hear large stomping footsteps creak up the wood stairs. Our stairs sounded like they were going to crack and turn into sawdust from his weight and size. I started to pray for a miracle at this point. Please, God, anything you can do, now is the time. I know I never believed, but now is better time than any. He starts to hum a slow, deep tune, and then whispers, I've been waiting for you for so long now. I watch you every day and night from afar. Sarah, it's time for you to meet your maker, sweetie. Stop being a little scared bitch and come out and play with me, honey. I yelled, or more like squealed, I have a gun, so leave me alone. I'm not afraid to kill you. Dead silence slowly leads to a deep, dark chuckle from the giant freak. He sounded like the devil himself. He said, you won't shoot. You don't have it in you. I let out a warning shot into my ceiling to try and scare him. The blast from my small rifle left my ears ringing. Before I could clear the cobwebs from my head, I heard another thunderous concussive explosion inside my home. The house went completely quiet for what seemed like eternity. I had a pillow covering my face, as if that would do anything to protect me. At least I wouldn't have to see the man before he killed me. Someone pounded on my locked door and yelled, Sarah! 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 I didn't respond because my ear ringing, I couldn't hear anything that was being said. I then felt someone grab my hand and pull the pillow from my fucking kung fu grip. My heart stopped. It was Max, Kelsey's boyfriend. He was holding a smoking gun in his right hand. I was shaking uncontrollably, and Kelsey hugged me, crying, and you could see the sense of relief on her worry-stricken face. I didn't want to look outside my doorway into the hall, but Max assured me the man was dead. They went on to explain that they arrived to see the front door smashed in with a huge axe laying in the fresh powder. They immediately feared the worst. Kelsey's boyfriend had just returned home from his last trip to Afghanistan, a decorated Marine veteran in combat. He told Kelsey to stay in their Jeep and left her with a Glock 9mm to protect herself. He proceeded up the stairs in stealth mode, and he saw the giant man right outside my door, and when he turned around to face Max, he had a sawed-off shotgun in his gigantic grasp. He smiled and laughed and opened fire. But Max ducked and rolled and emptied the entire clip into his chest. The man from hell didn't know what hit him. Max proceeded to check for a wallet or ID of any kind, and he found a folded piece of spiral notebook paper that had a small scribbled picture drawn on it. It looked like a child had drawn a picture of my face, and it had what looked like 100 deep ripping pen lines through the middle of my face. It said punishment and chicken scratch. Below the drawing, punishment. Thank you for listening, everyone. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, share, and make sure to subscribe to join the Sinful Nation. You guys are all so great, and I appreciate all the likes and support that you've shown me on my videos to this point. Please keep your personal experiences and horror stories coming to my email in the info box below. Happy New Year, sinners, and let's make 2016 a year to remember. Until next time, stay sinful.